guys, it's Yaya. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go a little bit more in depth with the bamboo face cream. We ran through it very quickly in the last video, so I wanted to go back over it for you guys who wanted to have a chance to make it. Okay, to make this cream, of course, we need a water phase and an oil phase. You need both phases in order to make a cream based product. Now when you're using water and oil, you also have to have a preservative, so that's what makes this a little bit more complicated than a regular butter. So depending on the consistency that you're looking for, creams are majority of the time mostly water. In order to get it to have a thickness, you need to add thickeners like cetyl alcohol, things like that, additives that's going to give it that creamy texture. So let's jump right in, okay? Alright, so starting with the water phase, we're going to add all of our water soluble ingredients. That will be your aloe veras, your teas, your powders, those things that will dissolve into the water. If you add anything that is not water soluble, it's going to sit on top of the water. This indicates that it will not mix because oil and water does not mix. That's why you need an emulsifier. So yeah, just make sure that when you add your water ingredients, you're not adding anything in there that does not dissolve in water, okay? So yeah, after that, my pethidol, my glycerin, my aloe vera, that is the end of my water phase. I wanted to keep this face cream very light and simple. Alright, so I think that the oil phase is a lot easier because you don't have to worry about dissolving powders and all that extra stuff. You're just taking your butters, your waxes, and you put them in your oil and you're going to melt them down. It's important to find ingredients that will not clog your pores, so using light butters like coconut butter that will absorb into your skin and will not clog the pores is so important. So you find those type of ingredients. BTMS 50 is a great emulsifier. This is what's going to make your water and your oil mix. Remember, we use water soluble ingredients that do not dissolve in oil, so that oil is going to just sit on top of that water. So how do we get it to mix together? You need an emulsifier. This is going to help you bind those ingredients that and kind of force them together. I can't get down into the chemistry of it, but it's going to force those ingredients to bind together and create one beautiful smooth face cream. Alright, so another crucial part of making the water and the oil phase bind together, you need to have them around the same temperature. We already have to melt our butter, so it's also important to bring your water phase up to the same temperature or close to as the butters. Alright, so I want to make something clear. It's very possible to emulsify water and oil together, mix them together and make them bind together temporarily without an emulsifier or anything that's going to make it stay that way. I use an immersion blender. You can also use this, but the problem is eventually the water and the oil is going to separate. That's the problem. So this is why it's so important to have an emulsifier or something that will help prevent or keep your product from separating in the long run, especially if you're planning on selling these products, giving them to family members, or even your own personal use. If you want them for a long term, you want to make sure that that water is not going to separate from that oil, okay? So I just want to express that. So this is what I classify as the cool down phase. Now that my products are mixed, I want to bring that temperature back down so that it will cool down and I will see the beautiful texture it is. Also, this is when it's safe to add your preservatives and your other additives like essential oil. So it is important to take the temperature of your product as you go. This is a little too hot still, so I'm just trying to play with it, cool it down. You can also place it in the refrigerator if you prefer, just anything to kind of get the temperature down. I try to avoid putting it in the refrigerator because I forget about it. It gets too cold, it gets too thick, and then it's hard to bottle after that. But if you place it in a small container, I guess it's not too bad, but still it's really easy to forget about the product, especially when you're busy, okay? But yeah, this is beautiful texture right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the temperature again, which I already know is great. So now I can add my preservatives. Now I'm doing a series on preservatives, you guys, so you'll be able to know a little bit more about what I have learned about preservatives, but I'm still fairly trying to get into more versatility when it comes to preservatives. Right now I stick to the Liquid Germal Plus because it's easy, it's fast, it's quick, it's effective, while other preservatives are just not. Like, literally, I've tried Optifin Plus and it literally destabilized my product almost every single time. I either added it at the wrong temperature, added too much, added too little. It's just very sensitive and when it comes to temperature or anything. So there's other preservatives that are the same way, but there are some that are easier to use. But I just feel like Liquid Plus for me right now is just my go-to. It does have some questionable ingredients, you guys. I wanted to let you guys know that as you start to test these ingredients out and you're hearing me say these things, still do your own research, still look it up, see if it fits into your lifestyle, because everything I do might not be the perfect fit for you. I feel like I use these in such a small quantity that those things really would not take any effect on me or anyone that uses it. It literally is classified as safe, you guys. But at the same time, if you're trying to eliminate any and all of anything that could possibly be bad in your life, then you probably want to go for a more natural preservative than Liquid Germal Plus. But no worries, I will make sure I try to cover as much of that as possible in the upcoming series. Just make sure you guys are subscribed so that you can keep up with that. So all I did here is add my additives. That is my essential oils, which you can use whatever you like. And of course, my vitamin E, which I always add. It's an antioxidant. It is not a preservative. So when it comes to butters, it can definitely help slow down the product from going rancid. But anytime you have water in a product, vitamin E is not going to do anything for that, but help keep your product from oxidizing. So that's it, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to explain a little bit more about the face cream. It came out so beautiful and I use this almost on a daily basis, you guys. Super moisturizing and not oily at all. I know it's because of the cocoa butter. The cocoa butter, it literally is my favorite butter. It's super light on the skin. It absorbs very fast, and I don't know, I just love it. It's just not greasy like most butters that you might deal with, especially if you're dealing with like some more inexpensive butters. Okay, all right, you guys, that's it. I hope I was able to explain a little bit more in depth about the face cream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try it. Please leave me any comments, questions, concerns you might have in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff, you guys. I'm here to answer your questions. I try to get back to every last one of you if I can. If I miss some people, I do apologize, but I really do try to answer every single question, okay? So leave some comments down below if you have any other DIYs you guys would like me to try. I know somebody said something about shampoo. I'm not that experienced with shampoos, but I will do the research and I will try, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.